Hello! Today I'm gonna show you a birthday card that is kinda naturey and a bit Asian, and it looks like this, and it has this shiny front element. It's a little girl, Chinese girl or maybe Asian girl, yeah, and then it has this little palm tree, no, I think it's bamboo, yeah, and it says onnittelut, which means congratulations, and this is kind of nature-alike. And on the inside you have a little panda and a green background, a green and brown background, and you have these flowers here on the side, and on the back side you just have my little signature there. And this paper is kind of nature colored paper, beige, yeah, I think it's called beige, not khaki color, it's beige. And it was really easy to make this card, but as you can see it has some writing here in the background, and the writing goes on to this girl and the bamboo itself. And I will show you how to make that. It's really easy, it's easier than what you think, depending on what you think of course, but still. So you will start with a white paper. Oh, by the way, the dimensions for this card, I used one of these cards because as you can see it has the hole in the middle. If you have a big punch you can make that as well, but I just happen to have these papers here, and these are A5. So the card base is 21 centimeters by 14.8 centimeters, but it's a A5 international paper, and it's scored in half. And for the front side I actually use a different piece of paper. This is, oh there I have two of them, well you only need one. This is, it has to be half of this, it has to be 14.8 centimeters high, and I guess it's half of 21, that is 10.5 centimeters wide, right? And this is also beige, very nature-like, and it is a little bit rough. It's not very smooth, it has this rough texture to it, and that's cool. But you will not need it yet, you will need it for the panda. And as you can see I cut the edges of this paper here. So you will start out with a white paper. It could be this size, you will just make it a little bit smaller then. And I just took these to show you what I did, how to get the greetings on there, or the text in the background. This is actually a Cuttlebug embossing folder. It has a debossed side and an embossed side. And the embossed is the text coming up, and the debossed side is the text going down. You will need the one with the text going up. And if you have a stamp that has this writing on, that's great, you could use that. I don't have a big stamp with writing on, so I used my Cuttlebug, and I will show you how to make this become a stamp. You will need to take one of these color applicators. The color that I used was Tim Holtz Old Paper, and it becomes a little bit green. As you can see, it looks green. I don't know why, but when you put other colors on it will become darker, but here on the girl you will see that it looks green, but it's okay. So you will take the color and put on this applicator, and then you will just dot all around this embossed side. Once you have that enough of color on it, you will take the white paper, and I used watercolor paper, so I recommend using that. You just press it down and you just do this motion like that, so you get the colors, and then you will end up with a paper with the writing on. And that's how I got the background here. As you can see, the writing is on the whole paper. So just basically use your Cuttlebug texture plate, texture folder. Is it a folder? I guess it's a folder. You just use that as a stamp. So that's great. So then you have the piece of paper that it's white with the writing on. And now you want the girl and the bamboo tree. Well, that is also easy. The stamps that I used were from Inkadinka Do. Here you have the tree, and here you have the girl. and the one with the girl is called Asian Characters, and the one with the tree is called Asian by Design. So you will take perhaps this big tree or bamboo tree, and you probably have to use some white, or this is actually see-through, the pigment stamp. And pigment stamp means that it dries really slow, which is really good because we are going to emboss. We're going to dry emboss this. I guess it's called dry emboss because you're going to use embossing powder. So you use a pigment ink that dries really slow, and you put that on the stamp, and you stamp where you want the tree to be. Then you will take some clear embossing powder, and this is really important that it has to be clear, otherwise it will cover up the text that is beneath. So you take clear, and then while you have the powder there, you can do the girl at the same time. You take the girl, the pigment ink, and put on some embossing clear powder, and then you will have to use one of these. This is a really hot blowing gun. It blows hot air, it becomes really hot, so be careful with your fingers. Also use a crafting mat, because if you use it on a table or something, it will probably get burned. So be careful for burning stuff beneath, especially your fingers. So I use this really good crafting mat, it doesn't burn. I think it's self-healing as well. If I use a knife and cut on it, it will self-heal. But then you use that one and it will blow really hot air, so the powder will melt. And then you can't really see the pattern yet, because remember, you have a white paper with some text on, and then you have these that are white, so you can't really see it yet. But that's when the colors come in. I used red. This is this is Worn Lipstick. I'm sorry, Worn Lipstick Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. And I put the color on this color applicator, and you will go around in round circular motions, and that is when the magic happens. That is when you can see that this is ink resistant, so then this will pop up. The background will get color on itself, but you will not get color on the girl and the bamboo tree. So that's how you do that. You just go around with the red. As you can see here, I did a little bit of brown, so I did take as well some it's vintage photo, yeah. So I did some vintage photo on the side, and then to finish it off, I ripped it out, actually, just free-handed ripped it out. But this other one here that I glued on, I put on some double-sided tape, and then I glued it on this one. But this one was so hard, so I found it hard to rip like that. So instead I used my deckled scissors, and that's how I got this look here. And also I used some vintage photo, so it became brown, so you can see the difference there. It started out as this color, but it ended up like that. So you can see there that I got some brown. Then before I glue this on, I wanted this panda here, so it's actually on the back side of this. I stamped the panda with black ink, and the panda is from this Asian Characters stamp set. There's the panda. And after I had the panda there, I took some green. I think the green was called peeled paint. Yeah, and a little bit of vintage photo. So there you have green and brown. And again, I went around in circular motions. And as you can see, I also have a little bit of brown on this one here. I did that before I glue on the panda. And then I just glue on the paper here with double-sided tape. And then you could see the panda there on the inside. Then this nice little flower, it's also from the Asian Characters. There we have it, these flowers. And I put on some Worn Lipstick, and I stamped it there. And that's how I got those flowers. And you can have your personal greeting here. And since this is going to be a birthday card, I made this little congratulations on finish. I did the same technique. I didn't do the writing on the background. I just had a white piece of paper, and I stamped on with pigment ink. I stamped on with pigment ink on Nittelut, and I put on some clear embossing powder, heated it up, and then I put some red and colorated it, and that's when the Onnittelut popped up, because the background was white. I also did a little bit of vintage photo there on the sides, and then I cut out with scalloped papers and put it on this brown paper beneath. Also had, not scalloped papers, it's called deckled scissors. Yes. Oh, there. Deckled scissors, so it will come this pattern here. And I popped it up with dimensionals, as you can see, 4 dimensionals. 1, 2, 3 actually, 3 dimensionals. So that one popped up. But you can have your own greeting, or you can leave it without. It looks perfectly fine without any kind of greeting. It looks nice with a greeting as well. And that's how you have this writing beneath, and the writing will come to the girl, but the girl will be white and the background will be red, and distressed look. And I think it's a pretty cool nature card, Asian nature card. So I hope you got that, how to do this. I'm sorry, I'm maybe not be good at explaining, but it's not really hard. So try it out. It will be a nice card, I think. And have a great day, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. See ya.